Today's video is going to talk about three different things. Number one is going to talk about something that happened in the not so distant past, a major update in my life. Number two is going to talk a bit about what's going on now in Guatemala, what I'm doing down here, other than the bite-sized videos that you see on this channel and my other channel. And number three is going to look forward to 2022 and just share some thoughts on where my life is going, where this channel is going, where the state of travel is going. But before we get to all that, I should get straight to the announcement. Announcement. Damn, that makes it sound like it's not an announcement. It's just something I think I should say, which is, me and Nari are no longer together. We actually broke up quite a while ago. And social media is strange because you get to know these people through your screens of your phone or your computer, and they become like your friends. Or at least they become people who you can rely on seeing, and you grow connections to them, even if you have no idea who they are outside of these little updates. And so, on the one hand, I prefer not to talk about this in a video because Nari is she's a pretty private person. She doesn't do social media. She just appears in my videos because, she's been a big part of my life for, almost 5 years. And so when you're a big part of someone's life for 5 years, you appear in a lot of videos when someone has a YouTube channel about their life. But when she started appearing in my videos, the new travel was just, it would be like you and a friend just taking photos of your travels. It's like a personal diary. It wasn't a business. There was virtually no audience. It wasn't what it is today. And there came a point, like this is before we broke up or anything, but there came a point where Nari made it clear that she didn't want to be a YouTuber. She was dating a YouTuber, but she wasn't a YouTuber. And so I had to be very conscious. I had to be very conscious, that's the word, that's the one. I had to be very conscious of when and where I put Nari in videos, and when and where I just allowed us to live our lives, separate from the camera. And as much as it might look like we were having fun together in the videos, outside of the videos, we'd grown into two very different people. And again, I'm not going to say too much because there's the side that Nari is not really a social media personality, and there's also the side that I don't think I want to be either. Like, I'm kind of reluctantly, I shouldn't say reluctantly, because I guess I choose what to share and when to share it, but there's this part of social media where people, it's like your own life is the resource and you are extracting value from it, and or not even value, you're extracting drama from your own life and sharing it for views and clicks and shares. I don't like that. It doesn't feel right to me to take something as real as a 5-year relationship and like clickbait the title and the thumbnail and like make that some big dramatic announcement. So I'm not going to do that. I got a lot of love and respect for Nari in my heart. We're just on two different paths. And if I seem pretty zen about this, it's because we actually like broke up months ago. Like a lot of time has passed. Some of you might have gathered as much from like how many videos I've been doing on my own. But yeah, I just thought people who have been following my content for a long time deserve to know. I'm putting this on my side channel because it's like the New Travel's grown into something where I don't really know everyone who watches it anymore. And I don't know all of you either, but at least this channel still feels like a club of people who are, I don't know, it's like I don't know you, but I could know you all. Whereas the New Travel, I couldn't know that many people. Like, I'll never know that many people. And so if there's more like trolls and haters and people who are gonna make dumb comments about anything to do with this, it would probably be over there. Whereas people who like want to go a level deeper into my life or my story end up here. So I thought you deserve to know that update. And it's hard, you know. I guess that's part of the reason I'm happy to be traveling right now, is when you're traveling and experiencing new things, you can distract yourself from emotional difficulties. And it's not even distract. Like, distract makes it sound like, no, just like drinking every night. Like, that's distracting yourself. Like, that's just like, dulling the feeling and making your emotions go away. I would say traveling is more like, it's like speeding up the process. It's like, okay, I'm gonna go experience a bunch of new things. And then I'm gonna gain the perspective that, okay, life goes on. And life goes on. Whereas if you're just sitting around the same city in the same apartment, like feeling miserable about yourself, that's when you can really get stuck in a loop of negativity. And I don't want to do that right now. 2020 was the loop of negativity for me. Watching travel disappear, watching my channel slowly die, watching the world like fall apart. Like 2020 was the loop of despair. 2021 Dan, looking forward to 2022 Dan. I'm so over that. I don't even, like, all this talk these days about the Omicron variant, and like they're trying to get us all afraid again. They're trying to bring back that 2020 vibe in the media. It's just like, okay, that's another rant, but I've really learned the value of looking after your own mental health first. Because if you're in a bad state, you really can't help others. You really can't be of value to this world if you're not looking after yourself first. Some people give so much that they forget about themselves. But it's not selfish to look after yourself. It's actually the most important starting point to make a real difference in this world. And yeah, right now, I mean, I'm looking after myself by enjoying my time in Guatemala City. I got an apartment here for the month. I actually have some really nice roommates here who, they might appear like, you might get a sense of who they are here and there in upcoming videos. I've been very slow uploading my videos. I'm actually like 3 to 4 weeks behind real life at the moment, which is crazy because I usually like to keep much more close. Yeah, I don't like to have that big of a gap developing, but it's just the way it is. I mean, I suppose it's also a feeling of, if I go back to Canada in a month or two and it's locked down, which for you non-Canadians, they're already talking about, like, I mean, my home province, Quebec, they're already telling people to stay at home. They're advising, what's it called? Like workplaces to work from home again. So it's definitely like things are slowing down back in Canada. So if I go home again, I might not be able to get out for a while. And I might not have any content to make for a while. So there's no particular rush to like quickly like publish all the Guatemala series. It might be better to slowly drip it out over the next few months. Even if in reality I'm already in El Salvador or some other place that I'm traveling to, you know. That's the only downside of having your physical life way ahead of your digital life is sometimes like you'll publish a video and then someone will reach out and be like, hey, I see you're in Guatemala City, come to this restaurant with me, but then like in real life you're already gone. So, you know, there are problems when the gap becomes too big. But then again, if there's no gap, like if your digital life and your real life are connected and you're just doing like constant real-time updates, then you could have like a stalker who's like following you to everywhere you go because you're publishing real-time every spot that you're at. So there's problems with having no gap, but there's also a problem having too big a gap. It's like kind of a dance between like reality and like content. Yeah, I don't know. YouTuber problems. But yeah, I mean, Guatemala City is, I mean, like, it's not like COVID doesn't exist here. I don't want to overstate the matter. There are a lot of precautions, but something about the way people behave here, there's just, it's, I don't know. I just feel at home here. I feel like this is the spot I have to be right now. So I'm enjoying it. I'm really enjoying it. Now looking ahead to 2022, the question is how long do I stay here? How long until I return to Montreal and continue my Montreal video series? Because I was doing quite well over there too. Like not, I mean, it's all relative, right? Like I could maybe get more views traveling outside of Canada than inside. But like I don't think that much about views anymore. It's nice when a video gets a lot of views because it means I get more income, but there's views and then there's fulfillment, right? Like if I was just chasing views, there's tricks to that. You can just like eat a bunch of, you can just find like the craziest restaurant in whatever city you're at and then like go eat that food and do a bunch of like shocked faces in the thumbnail and then like world's spiciest taco in Guatemala City and then like you're gonna get 1 million views. Like I know that game. I've known that game for like at least 3 or 4 years now. And so just chasing views is one thing, but there's also, I've been thinking about like quantity over quality. No, sorry, I got that backwards. Quality over quantity. So it's like, okay, if 2,000 people watch your video and then you give them a new perspective and something new to think about, which stays with them for the rest of their day or the rest of their week, isn't that more valuable than 2 million views on something like TikTok where people are just scrolling and they see you for 5 seconds and then they're off to the next one, like off to the next one? People get so obsessed about numbers, but what does that number actually mean? What is a view? Is every view the same? Or can some views change your life and some views, like you don't even remember what you watched 10 minutes later? I would like to say I'm focused more on those quality views, but it's hard, you know, what's the metric? Like YouTube doesn't have, I always thought it'd be interesting if YouTube had a button where it's like, instead of just the like button, if they had like, I don't know, a super like or something that a user could only give out once a day or even once a week, just to show like, hey, this is the best video I watched this week, you know? Something to show like this was quality. Yeah, I don't know. So I'm trying to make a video that could be worthy of that. And that means sometimes just slowing down and really thinking about what a country means to you, what a city means to you, what travel means to you. In some ways, it's harder. It's a harder path to chase quality. Like, it's getting views is hard, yes, but there's a system. Doing something meaningful to yourself, there's no system for that. There's no book you can necessarily read to figure that out. It takes getting to know yourself and what message you want to share with the world. And that's the path I'm on now. And I don't know, maybe I'll publish less videos. I go so back and forth. Like, I have all this footage right now from my travels, but do I just share my days as they're happening? Or do I sit on a week or 2 weeks of footage and be like, what's the best story I could tell about all of that? You know? Anyway, those are my updates. Talk to you soon.